Legend has it that the Chinese script was originally created by Cangjie. However, this beautifully patterned and intricate writing system was likely developed gradually by many people over a long period, with contributions from countless minds. Perhaps during this extended process, Cangjie made a particularly significant contribution, and later generations attributed the entire creation of writing to him. Now, let's dive into the story of Cangjie and the creation of Chinese characters. In ancient times, there were no written words. People had to rely on their memories to keep track of things. But the human brain can only remember so much. What could be done? Some clever individuals came up with the idea of using knots in ropes as markers. One knot on the rope represented one event. 2 knots represented 2 events. A large knot signified an important event, while a small knot indicated a minor one. This method helped people remember things like catching a wild boar yesterday or needing to gather fruits on the mountain tomorrow. However, over time, people sometimes forgot what a particular knot represented. So, others began using drawings to record events. For example, if someone hunted a black bear, they would draw a bear on a piece of wood. If they caught a rabbit, they would draw a rabbit. Legend has it that Cangjie was a historian during the time of the Yellow Emperor, responsible for recording major events from all over the land. With so many events happening, wars to document, new lands to mark, eclipse to note, floods, droughts, and even the emperor's rituals, all had to be recorded. As the historian, Cangjie was likely the busiest person in the world. From dawn till dusk, he tirelessly tied knots and drew pictures to record everything, working without rest under the sun. Cangjie wasn't afraid of hard work, but what troubled him was that only those around him could understand his drawings, and even they sometimes struggled. Others might not comprehend them at all, making it impossible to pass the knowledge down to future generations. For example, Cangjie might carefully draw a round sun, but someone else could mistake it for a full moon. How could future generations be expected to understand? Knowledge and experience couldn't be passed on or taught, so everyone had to figure things out on their own. As a result, people lived in a dark age of slow progress. Cangjie often muttered to himself while tying knots or drawing. These things are so important. If only there were a way for everyone to understand them. One spring morning, Cangjie, exhausted from work and with sore hands, went to the riverbank alone to rest. He sat on a stone, gazing at the clear river water while pondering a method to record things in a way that everyone could understand. As he thought, he suddenly noticed a giant turtle clumsily crawling onto the shore. Wow, this turtle is enormous, probably very old. What's that on its shell? Intrigued, Cangjie approached the turtle to take a closer look. The turtle's shell was red, likely due to its old age, and was covered with a pattern of hexagons, each etched with blue-green lines. Cangjie observed these lines closely and noticed that some resembled mountain ranges, others looked like flowing water, and some were as straight as tree trunks. After studying them for a while, Cangjie suddenly slapped his thigh and shouted with joy, "That's it! We can use simple lines to represent the shapes of different things. If we standardize these symbols and teach them to everyone, even future generations will understand. Haha, this is perfect. Now a sun will always be recognized as a sun, and a moon as a moon. No more confusion." How did Cangjie create these characters? Did he succeed? Fly with me as we explore the mysteries of Chinese culture together.